Okay, first I want to give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to make this video. Yahweh being the true name of the Most High, Bahashem meaning in the name of, in the Paleo Hebrew, which the people of the Bible spoke. Um, the Israelites spoke specifically. And Yahweh Shai being the true name of the Most High's only begotten Son. And the Israelites of the Bible are you today, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Latinos, right? You're the true biblical nation known as Israel, right? Same people who fit Deuteronomy 28 chapters till this day, and who are waiting for Yahweh to come back and redeem us from this land and destroy this entire place, which is gonna be the focus of this video. It's gonna be the focus of this entire video. It's gonna be very short, but I want to make this because I was talking with a friend the other day, and you know he was talking. Well, we was all talking about how soon we're gonna go into war, right? We're gonna go into war and this place is gonna be destroyed, right? It's just facts. Now we're just gonna focus on Revelations, right? Specifically the 19th chapter. Actually, first before we even get that, right? Let's jump to hmm, let's jump to Isaiah 63, right? For proof that let's first get some proof that when Yahweh comes back, it's not gonna be no good thing for these people. Well, in their eyes at least, because there's gonna be a lot of bloodshed in the land, right? Let's get Isaiah 63 right, because there's so much stuff that comes to mind with this. I want to try to hit it all, Lord willing. Um, right. I actually start from. We're gonna read from. Ooh, this whole chapter really, man. But let's just start from one to Look at you reading, right? Who is that? Who is this that coming from Edom, right? Edom today are you Caucasians, right? They are born red, but they have no pigmentation. They appear as white. But nigga, when they blush, right? When you hit them, they turn red. Not only that, they're identified as the sons of the wicked, right? Known as Cain in the flesh. Um, who else? Even the way they build today, right? The way they build back then in Mount Seir, which is their original mountain home, and then they got driven up to the Caucasus Mountains, Caucasian Mountain. Come on. Even a lot of people and people who not even in the truth, like they notice. They call them cavemen, right? That's enough for them, right? And keep in mind, what place on earth is Edom's stronghold? America is, aka Babylon, with dyed garments from Basra, which is I'm pretty sure to be capital of Edom, right? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore are you red in your apparel? Why are you red? Why has all this red on you? And your garments like him that treadeth in wine fat, right? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood, right, shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment, right? So basically, when you tread the winepress, I'm pretty sure, well, based off this context, your clothing is a whole different color, right? But yeah, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come, right? And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore, mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I would bring them the strength to the earth, right? And now let's get Matthew 10 and 34. So we get from right there that he's not coming back, to this place to, to spread peace and love, right? It's straight warfare and death, right? When he comes back, right? More proof of this, right? Think not, Matthew 10 and 34, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but to what? But a sword, right? Let's get Isaiah 66, right? As I said, there's so much stuff. So much scripture that relates to this topic, right? Got Jeremiah, what's it called? 50 talks about Babylon, and then we're gonna get into how Babylon is America, right? People are Babylon, this, not, no, Babylon's America, right? Isaiah 66, 15 through 16, right? For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh will come with fire, right? Because Yahweh Shah is gonna come, but the Most High Yahweh is gonna send His Son to fulfill as well. For behold, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will come with fire and with his chariots. His chariots are the so-called UFOs, right? Like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. Plead mean judge, right? And the slain of the Lord shall be many, right? Shall be many, right? And now let's jump down. Let's get second address, right? Second address 15 and 22. Because this place really has to go. Really has to go. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. Right now, obviously, you can repent, right? If you're an Israelite man, right? Because these other nations, they can't repent, right? Okay, that's just facts. No, it's just facts, right? But this lets you know that there is such a thing as a too late, right? There is such a thing as a too late. Well, there's not a too. There is a too late, right? Because you stuck in the world, right? You gave this. We gave you this truth many times, and we speak this a lot of times as well, right? Let's get that real quick, um, right? Talking about there was a prophet among you, right? Let's get that. It should be Ezekiel 33 and 33, right? Or was it 20? What was it? 33. Let me find this real quick. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Was it not this? Was it 23? Basically goes something along the lines, then when these things shall come to pass, then they shall know that a prophet was among them, right? And you have us on the street, on the highways and byways, on the highways and hedges, furthering this proof, furthering this prophecy, right? According to Isaiah 58 and 1, spare not your voice, um, show the transgressions of our people, right? Let me find this shit real quick. Let me find the scripture. Um, Cause I know it's in Ezekiel. Yeah, 33. What? Yo, I went to no lie, bro. I went to 33, and I was like, damn. I think I only stopped at 28. I don't know. Either way, right? I was correct, right? And when it's cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them, right? And another scripture came to mind, right? Habakkuk, right? Talks about, though it delay, it shall surely come, right? So yeah, it's coming slow, but man, it best believe will come. And you get a verse in Isaiah, might be 55, I think, talking about his word is not going to come back unto him void. It will surely happen, right? Let's get that. Let's get this real quick. It's just though it will tarry, right? I don't know the exact chapter. Mm-mm-mm. Let's go back. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Must be 3 chapters, right? Yeah. Let's find this. Bear with me. Bear with me. Damn. It was most definitely in Habakkuk too. You gotta read this nice and slow. Oh, I just seen it. Yeah. 2 and 3. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. It's not for right now, it's for an appointed time. And funny enough, not even Yahweh Shah knows when the day Yahweh is gonna send them to tread the wine press and slay, America, right? Because Idumea stronghold is in America, right? We're gonna get that too. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, meaning delay, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Right now, let's get that verse in Isaiah. Should be 55, talking about is not going to return unto him void. It should be like the later verses. There it is, 55 and 11. Lord will not remember that, right? So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Right? Now, let's jump back to what the original thing was, a little brief on why, according to Revelation 17th, Babylon is actually America, right? Let's jump down to right here, right? And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery of Babylon. Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Right? Now, when you go into the word harlot, right, you find out, and this is also in the New Testament as well, right? So obviously, you ask somebody in the street, actually, let's go into it right now, right? There's no point trying to, beat around the bush, right? Let's get that. 17 and 5. Let's see what harlot means, right? Now, to brief it, right? To brief it, basically, this whole place, Babylon's, well, America specifically, is a liken unto Babylon in the scriptures because of all the harlotry, the fornication, and the filthiness that surrounds this place, right? You have this place also, regarding fornication, right? First, let's get the words, right? So it makes more sense, right? And in Greek, it's called
Strong's G 897. Babylon.
Right?
Babylon.
Babylon, right? Now you have all these other definitions, but, right? Let's get this. Allegory of Rome as the most corrupt seat of idolatry and an enemy of Christianity, right? And we know that, America is revived through Rome. It has a lot of its philosophies, its ideologies, and its principles and characteristics, right? And its doctrine specifically, right? You got these Romans that was worshiping different gods, right? Regarding different gods, this place is very diverse, right? So you have a whole bunch of people worshiping different gods already, right? For example, this place has a I wouldn't say a problem. I would say a problem, but this place has to go. So this whole place is a fucking problem, right? But let's get some examples, right, regarding other gods, right? The military sect, right? It's called ISIS, right? ISIS, right? And ISIS was an ancient Egyptian goddess, right? They got the doctrine regarding hell, right? And hell comes from Greek mythology, right? It's idolatry, right? What they worship, Hades, the underground. That's some shit like that. Pretty sure, right? Even watch a lot of movies and shit. They love Greek mythology, man. Freedom of religion in America. You got the fucking LGBTQ, PWXYZ and shit. You got these feminists. People. It's just is this whole place is corrupt, right? They put fucking human remains in foods and shit. Come on, man. On the dollar bill, there's an all-seeing eye. Which relates to the god Osiris, the god of the god of death, the god of yeah, it should be god of death, right? Osiris. And not only with these other gods, like they're known for one thing. A lot of them they're known for like a whole bunch of stuff. You see, like afterlife, regeneration, agriculture, right? You know, like this whole shit needs to go. Ancient Egyptian gods, there's venerations of different gods all in one place, right? And it's just corrupt, man. It's just corrupt. Now let's get the actual definitions, right? Harlot. I want it in the New Testament. Right. Funny enough, the poor nay. That sounds like now if you get rid of A and Y, right? What does that spell? I'm telling you, man, it's crazy, right? And this is the word should be harlot, if I'm not mistaken, right? Now, of course, it has all these other definitions, but regarding this video, right, of Babylon, an example, Rome, the chief seat of idolatry, right? You even have these celebrities, they throwing up the fucking Freemason signs and they identify each other by throwing up certain signs and shit like that. This whole place has to go, man. It just has to go, right? And biggest of all, this place worships so-called Jesus Christ, right? You learn about the letter J, right? And the other video I made, Isaiah, might be Isaiah the 53rd chapter, talking about when you see him, there's gonna be no beautiness in him, like there's no comeliness that you should desire him. And how do they depict them? Right, right. Here's how they depict. Actually, no. Here's the people. Here's the person they worship. Right, and us in the truth, we know. This is not the Messiah. You read Maccabees, right? Forgot what might be. Uh, let's get that real quick. Right, Book of Maccabees. They whitewashed the They whitewashed. Was it 6 and 44? Right, maybe 6 and 44. Right, they whitewash all the prophets. They basically whitewash everything in the Bible, right? They just keep it simple like that. They whitewash every single fucking thing, right? Should be maybe 3 and 44. No, 3 and 48. Yeah, and laid open the book of the law, which is the scriptures, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images, right? And this is during the Greece period, right? And these Grecians are white, right? They're Edomites, Caucasians, right? So they whitewashed everything and made everything white. And here's how we think the Messiah looks like. We call upon the name Jesus when the letter J was created in the year 1524 by an Italian guy named Gianoso Trissino, right? And not only that, they say the letter J, right? Not even they say it is actual proof, actual fact that the letter J was the same as the letter I. And when you search up, Jesus and Isos, right? Because here's where to get the name from, right? Isis, right? And who originated from the Greek Isos, right? I'm telling you, man. Look, the spelling Isis was standard before the English J transition from I, right? So that tells you right there, it's from two different gods, right? Two different gods, right? Quote unquote gods, right? Because there is no other, you know, power besides Yahweh, right? But this is all Greek mythology. This is what they believe in, and it's been filtered on down through history, and now it's here in America, and why this place has to go, right? That's why when you read, what was it, Revelation 19th chapter, 19 and 3, not 19 and 13, right? And he was this is talking about Yahweh Shai, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High, right? That's Yahweh Shai right there. And Idumea is who is gonna this is gonna fall upon. But yeah, Idumea was a whole different place in the scripture. But today, as I said before, right, who is what's it called? What is the Edomite stronghold today? America is, right? America is, right? It's just that simple, right? Idumea is who this curse is gonna befall upon, right? Idumea are is are the Edomites. Okay. Now let's get some scripture on that as well. Right? Let me hold up, give me some time. Right. Where is it at? It should be in the book of Isaiah. Let's check. Oh, what was it? I mean, you can get Obadiah, right? You can get Obadiah. All right, let's get Isaiah 34. All right, got distracted there. Um, get some of this, right? Let's start at 4, right? And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Now, this is a hint at nuclear destruction, right? And who's this going to befall upon, right? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, right? Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment, right? The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai have a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, right? And now let's jump down to 13 and 15, right? And thorns shall come up in her places, palaces, nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons in a court of owls. The wild beast of the desert shall also meet with the wild beast of the island, and the satyr shall cry to his fellow, the screech owl also shall rest there and find for herself a place of rest, right? And it goes on to talk about, how the animals are going to be dwelling there, right? And regarding this, talking about the people of his curse, right? Let's get Zechariah 13. Was it? Yeah, Zechariah 13 and 8. And I always bring this up too. But, 2/3 of our people are going to die. And, people are also created for destruction as well, right? Predestinated to die, right? Just the Lord can do whatever you want, right? Get that in Book of Romans, right? He can create people for glory and create people, destined for damnation, right? Should be Romans, um, either eighth or ninth chapter. Let me see real quick. Should be eighth. No. Mm, yeah, the ninth chapter. So yeah, you get that in Romans, the ninth chapter. Right, now let's get this. Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, which is America, said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, two parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third part shall be left therein. Right? So that third part is that 1/3. That's the people here in America that's gonna be saved. And, the great multitude as well is gonna be saved. Because we're scattered throughout the entire earth. So it's not only in America people gonna be saved. The Lord is just. He's not only going to save us here in America. He's going to save all of us around the world. Those people who are, who know of the Lord and walk in His ways, right? But let's jump back to how America is considered Babylon in the scriptures, right? Let's get abomination, right? And you don't even really need what's it called to what's it called you don't really need me to search up definition of abomination, because you surely know what abomination means, right? It's basically just a filthy sight, right? And let's get it done. Bedeglima, right?
Strong's G 946. Bedelugma. Bedelugma.
Right? A foul thing, a detestable thing. Another meaning, right? Of idols and things pertaining to idolatry, right? And now, really quick, let's get let's see the punishment, right? The punishment of following after different gods, right? Let's see the punishment of following after different gods. Where is it at? Was it maybe 8 and 19? Let's see, Deuteronomy 8:19. Yeah, and it shall be if you do at all forget Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, your power, and walk after other gods and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that what? That ye shall surely perish. Death. Right? Death. Right? But you get it right there, right? And regarding Rome and America and Babylon, right? The same people who ruled Rome, which is the Edomites, they're ruling America today. Right? They're ruling America today. So this whole place has to go. And it was ruling when Yahweh Shah was on the scene as well. Right? So this place really just has to go. It's filled with idolatry and it's filled with fucking fornication, which means the same thing, right? And it's just detestable, man. But I'm pretty sure I hit all the points I want to get out. Also, yeah, the purpose of me making this entire video, I forgot to mention, is that not only was I talking about this place being destroyed with my friends, but there was also, because Trump made an announcement saying it's gonna be a peace deal and everything's gonna be good, and the first verse that came into mind was from the book of the Thessalonians, right? When they say peace and safety, then it shall sudden destruction befall upon them, right? Let's get that real quick. First Thessalonians 5:3. Lord willing, I remember that as well. Yahweh Radazah. Pretty sure that's how you say it. Whoa. 5:3. Right? And I'm telling you right now, this place will in fact be destroyed, right? We got the verses talking about Isaiah 55. When it shall come, when he gives his word out, it shall surely come to pass, right? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with a child, and shall not escape, right? It shall not escape. And let's get a little snippet of this place being, destroyed. You can read Jeremiah 50, um, Isaiah 34, Revelation 17, 18, and 19. It's gonna be so fucking bad here, right? That literally, um literally, as we already read, there's gonna be wild animals laying here, right? Not only that, let's get I keep going all around the place. But it's so funny to me when people say, this place isn't gonna, fall down, right? Now, I wanna aim at where's it at? 17, 18, and 19, right? And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, which means the sky, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God, right? Now, this is after this place gets destroyed. And proof of this, right, is because you go up a bit, right? And let's start from 1 to 3. And after these things, I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, Alleluia, salvation and glory and honor and power unto the Lord our God. For true and righteous are his judgments, for he have judged the great whore. Who is the great whore? Who is this video talking about? America, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and have avenged the blood of her servants at her hand. And again they said, Alleluia, and her smoke rose up forever and ever. Right? But anyways, go back down, right? Revelation 19:18. That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and our armies gathered together to make war against them that sat on horse and against his army. This verse specifically is talking about, when Yahushua returns, right? And you read, it should be second Esdras, the 12th chapter. I'm pretty sure 12th chapter, maybe 13. Let me check real quick. So I don't want to lead y'all astray, but I'm pretty sure it's the 12th chapter. Was it this? Nope. 13th chapter. Salakia. 13th chapter. Yeah, 13th chapter. Right now, basically, when Yahushua, a little rundown, when Yahushua comes back, with his chariots, these UFOs, it's gonna be fucking huge. It's gonna be huge, and he's gonna command, give the command for them to attack, and these armies, because this is gonna be happening during World War III, right? And the armies are gonna be sore afraid, and they're still gonna decide to fight against these chariots, right? They're gonna be fighting against each other first, and then they're gonna see the chariots with Yahushua on top, and then they're gonna fight. They're gonna unite and fight against Yahushua, which is stupidity, but it's in their spirit to do so, and they're gonna be killed, right? He's gonna get the command of the chariots to blast them down. They're gonna be killed, right? The angels are gonna come. They're gonna be slaughtering all of them, as well as the UFOs, sending out laser beams and killing them, right? It sounds crazy, but it will for sure come to pass, right? But yeah, that's what this verse is talking about, and you can read the rest of that, right? A little snippet. What else could we get? Let's get Revelation. That's the 17, 18, 19. Let's get. Let's end off in Revelation 18. Oh, I keep forgetting, right? To keep going off topic, right? The main purpose of me making this was to prove that this whole place is gonna be decimated. Like, it's gonna be uninhabitable, right? Only animals, as we read, only animals are gonna be laying their nest here, right? Um, um, and he made a point saying, what he said. He said, "Oh, since what about the people in the bunkers? They might be the only ones who survive. Even if they somehow do survive in the bunkers, right? This scripture, I'm pretty sure it should be Amos the 9th chapter, talk about, though they dig into hell, my hand will still, get them, right? They're gonna be dragged out of their bunkers. They're gonna be slaughtered, right? Come on, man. They're not surviving here. They're not surviving here, right? Look at the caption, right? Babylon is falling. Nobody's surviving here, right? It's just crazy how people say this to me, man. Let's get that real quick too. Should be Amos the 9th chapter. And we can read a couple of verses from Revelation 18 and close off. Now, Amos 9th chapter, I'm pretty sure, is all about Israel being destroyed, but this also goes on to these people as well regarding the underground bunkers, right? Because there's no escaping judgment, right? There's no escaping judgment. These niggas are gonna be killed, right? These Edomites in America, right? And not only that, these two-third Israelites are gonna be killed as well, right? Because they reject, they they do not like reproof. They hate being corrected, right? Read that in Proverbs. They're gonna die, right? Destruction awaits. Anyways, let's get that right real quick. Amos the 9th chapter. Right here. Right. Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. And though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. Right. Now, what does that tell you? You dig underground, right? You digging in hell, you digging underground. What it says, thence shall my hand take them. Right? And even to go into the sea, the Most High is gonna use these fucking sea monsters that he created, right? And we don't even know about these, like we haven't seen them, but we get hints of them according to Ecclesiasticus. It should be 39 and 28, right? Let's get that real quick too. No, they can't hide nowhere. They can't hide nowhere. Don't forget, the earth is the Most High's footstool, right? He see all souls are his. How could you possibly even think of escaping? You can't escape Earth, man. You can't even fucking leave this planet. Can't even leave this planet, right? Nah, I think it's 37. 37 and it's so funny, man. No. What the fuck was it? Was it 39? It might be 39. 39, 28. I'm pretty sure 39. Yeah, there it is. 39, 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right? Fire, hail, and famine. Actually, it's not what I want to shoot at. Right here. Right? Actually, keep on reading, right? Why not? Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpion serpents, and a sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Right? Maybe there's another verse I want to get at real quick. Hold on. I wrote this down too. Right? There's beasts in the earth that we do not know of. Right? We do not know of this. But, of course, we read about it, but have we actually seen it? No. Right? Let's get Jeremiah 15 and 2. Right? 30 minutes long. But shit. Hey, at least it's something. At least you get edified, right? 15 and 2. So not only that, you realize, teeth of wild beasts, right? Let's get 15 and 2, right? And it shall come to pass, if they say unto you, whither shall we go forth? Then you shall tell them, thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, such as are for death to death, and such are, I can't speak, right? Such as are for death to death. So if you're predestined to die, you're going to die, right? And predestination is a real thing, what you want to call it, fate, that's all in the hands of the Most High. And such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity, right? And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. And I will cause them to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, king of Judah, for that which he did in Jerusalem, right? But you get the whole point, right? And now let's get Ezekiel 5 and 17, right? This beast that we do not even know of, man. Like, we have no clue. And we can really get this, we can end this off in, actually, let's see what 5 and 17 says real quick. So I will send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall berave you, and pestilence and blood shall pass through you, and I will bring the sword upon you. I, the Lord, have spoken it. Now you get it really clear in Wisdom of Solomon, right? And the water to the brother for putting out this video, because even I didn't notice, right? But of course, you might have a feeling that there's probably some animals that we haven't discovered yet, right? Shit, we haven't discovered all the ocean yet. So what makes you really think that we know all the animals? You know, like it makes no sense. Let's get 16 through 19, right? That they might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished, right? For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form wanted not means to send among them multitude of bears or fierce lions or unknown wild beasts, right? Unknown. That's the point. Unknown wild beasts, full of rage, right? Newly created, breathing out either of fiery vapor, right? Or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. Can you fucking believe that, man? Can you believe that? There's animals that we don't even know yet, and they're gonna be released during the time of Jacob's trouble, right? We're gonna be saved out of it, right? But after that comes the RFID chip. Lord willing, all the brothers in the truth stay strong in the faith. Lord willing, myself as well, right? That and they might even kill us soon. Actually, they are gonna kill us, but like not all of us. We don't know our journeys, right? Don't forget, this is our predestination. So you might get thrown in the FEMA camp, like with like 100 people. 99 people may die, but you may be the only one who survived, right? Or so you might be the only one who escaped, right? Who knows? Only the Most High knows. Let's get Revelation 6th chapter, right? The sixth seal, terror, right? 12 through 17, right? And you get proof of this throughout the entire video that I just made, right? And I beheld when he had opened up the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell onto earth. Right, the stars of heaven. Don't forget, heaven has three meanings. Right, look at that right now. Right, look at that actually right now. No, heaven has three meanings. It means when you're in rulership. No, I don't. Yeah, this should be it. When you're in rulership, um, the actual sky, and it can mean where the Most High resides. Right. So right here, right, you get three meanings. Right, aerial heavens of the sky. Right, that's one. The region where the Most High dwells and other heavenly beings. And there's another meaning saying, well, when you're in power. Where's it at? Third meaning should be actually in Hebrew, right? Because this, actually get that in a different site because I don't want to close it out. Oh, heaven. Samain, yeah. Right? Heaven, the sky, heaven as the abode of the Most High, right? So that's two meanings. Let's get it right now. To be lofty, right? And lofty is basically when, you high and mighty, right? That's what it means to be lofty, to be high and mighty. Anyways, let's go back, right? Finishes off. It was man long. And when he opened up the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them. Actually, wait. There was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven, which are the nukes, the ICBM missiles that's going to fall upon this place, right, fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind, right? And you get that in Isaiah 34, Jeremiah 50, right? What else do you get that in? Let's see. The book of Revelations, right? What else? You get that in Jeremiah 51, right? Isaiah 13, and you read about uh the what's it called, these flaming arrows and shit. Those are indications of nukes, right? Those are indications of nukes. You get that in Psalms, right? Try to find that for y'all, but let's keep on reading, right? And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places, right? That's how strong the fucking nukes is gonna be, right? The earth is gonna be swaying back and forth like a drunkard, right? It says something like that in a different book. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the day of his wrath is come, and who shall stand? Right? Let's get that drunkard verse though. You know, Isaiah 24, right? Another prophecy of this place going away, right? 24:20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Right? Let's get this right here. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Right? But yeah. Let's get that flaming arrows verse too. Um Definitely in Psalms. Let's get that real quick. Hold up. Right? We got Psalms 11:6. Right? Talks about how, you know, the arrows are going to be pointed at this place. Upon the wicked, he shall rain snares. And the wicked are here in America. Well, obviously, the wicked is, everyone on earth. But concerning this place, these fire and brimstones, as you see in this verse, right? Upon the wicked, he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup, right? It's just that, right? You can get a little snippet of this again. Should be Zechariah. What was it? Zechariah, the 11th chapter, I think. Right, you get it in Zechariah 14:2, and we can end off in Amos 1:11. Right, for I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle. Right, so these nations that are against us, can bring them down. Right, and the city shall be taken, and the houses. Actually, no, this is not it. Right here. Right, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Right, and again, this is gonna befall upon these evil 2/3 and these Edomites within this entire place, this entire land. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with a sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Right? So, this whole place, I will send a fire upon Teman, and which shall devour the places of Basra. Now, that's the end of this video. I'm going to give all honor, praise, and glory. All honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, for allowing me to make this video. Lord willing, you edified. Lord willing, you see me in the next. Peace, grace, and mercy unto the hopeful elect. Stay strong in the faith. You watching this video, and Lord willing, myself as well. And with that, I'm staying strong. Shalom, shalom.